Today we're making 3 batch cocktails, perfect for any time of year, whether you're entertaining for some friends or you just want a cocktail that you can store in your fridge that's ready to go. I'll share with you how to make a batch Kingston Negroni, a planter's punch, and something I'm calling the Cocchinut Ape. And this video is sponsored by Crew, and before I tell you more about Crew, I want to note that of the 9 Crew bottles that you see in front of you right now, 7 of these I've had for years now that I found and purchased myself because they're so cool. And one of the top questions I get every time that I use one of these bottles is, where'd you get that bottle? Crew is a premium barware brand for both home enthusiasts and professionals. They offer bar products like their Pour Boy pour spouts, which are my favorite pour spouts, great for consistent pours, accurate measurements, and faster service. They have their own soft, easy to remove caps, which make a great seal. It's the little things like this which stand out to me. They offer a complete bar tool set that includes everything you need, like strainers, mixing tins, muddlers, and so much more. And I really dig this jigger because it spins around in my hand nicely, which is fun. And get this, it has a 1/8 of an ounce measurement, and if you make tropical or tiki cocktails, you know those small measurements come in handy often. But Crew is definitely best known for their durable, professional-grade Crew bottles. Not only are these bottles dishwasher safe, which is awesome, but they're easy to clean with their removable base. Yes, you can remove the base of these for the dishwasher or just to clean them quickly or to fill up bottles. And the ones I've had for the last 3+ years, I've never had an issue with. These are perfect for storing syrups or juices, infusions, or as we'll find out soon, batching and storing those batched cocktails. So these are products that I not only use, but I really appreciate, and I have for a long time before today. I appreciate how they function, and importantly to me, I appreciate how they look. And here's something else that's just really cool. You can follow my link in the description to get 20% off of your first order of $50 or more, and then you can also join the referral program where you can share your own link to your friends or family or whoever else. And not only do they save 20% off, but you will get $10 in cash for sharing your code, which is pretty cool. All right, let's make some batched cocktails. And the first one that I want to share today is the Kingston Negroni. That's a Negroni with Jamaican rum. And if you're not into rum, well, first, welcome. But secondly, you can swap out the rum here for gin to get a standard Negroni, or even bourbon if you want to make a Boulevardier. This riff on the Negroni was originally created by Joaquin Simo at Death & Company, and it's a pretty simple yet delicious drink to batch. While a typical Negroni is just equal parts of a spirit, vermouth, and Campari, I'm tweaking this a little because I'll be storing this in the fridge. So when I go to serve this to a guest or just me, it's not going to be as diluted as it would be if I just made it in the glass using room temp ingredients on a large ice cube. So I'm adding in some extra water here to account for that. And also, adding water to batch drinks is overall just a very good idea if you're serving to guests. Everyone is a little bit different, and dilution can be your friend and your friend's friend. And a little tip here for using the larger bottles when filling from the bottom and you have multiple ingredients is you can use a shaker tin as a little holder when they're upside down. I'll start here with 6.5 ounces of Campari, 6.5 ounces of a sweet vermouth, and I'm going to split the Jamaican rums here between 3¼ ounces of Smith & Cross rum and 3¼ ounces of Appleton 12. It adds a nice little age component and a little switch up from the standard. Last thing I'll do is add in 5¾ ounces of water. If you want extra dilution, serve this on lots of ice, but I'll do 1 large ice cube and I'll finish it off with an expressed orange peel. So there you have it, a batched Kingston Negroni. Cheers. It's like a Negroni, just better. This is an easy cocktail to batch ahead. There's really no reason not to batch it. It's not like you have something in here that's going to turn or the flavors will go off, and you can store this in your fridge and it's ready to go whenever you want it. The dilution here is, I think, the key, and you might find that you want it less diluted, but you can always add more. We're doing equal parts here. So if you find that the drink has too much dilution in it, you can always come back and add a little bit more of your rums or your Campari or sweet vermouth, whatever it is. Or if you find that it's not diluted enough, you can easily add more water. Batch cocktails are not only great for your standard stirred or juiceless cocktails, but a simple planter's punch is also an excellent option to batch ahead. Into my Crew Chubby bottle, I'm going to add in 2 ounces of simple syrup, 5 ounces of fresh lime juice, and then 10 ounces of a Jamaican rum, or really you can do any rum that you want here. And then finally, a half an ounce of Angostura bitters. No dilution is needed because we will swizzle this a la minute. Just take a Collins glass with some ice, then 3 to 3.5 ounces of our batch planter's punch, and then we swizzle. Garnish with some mint and a hefty amount of freshly grated nutmeg. This is not a batch you want to keep in your fridge for weeks, but making ahead earlier in the day for a party or yourself, a simple planter's punch is a great drink to batch. Swizzled cocktails make great batch cocktails because you're not really sacrificing anything. You're not making it in a way that you're not supposed to. It's not like a shaken cocktail that you're putting into a batch cocktail and hoping that later on that somehow gets the right dilution or aeration. Here, we're still swizzling it, so it's just batching it, making it easier for you to use to serve, but the final cocktail is going to taste exactly the same as if you just made it a couple minutes ago. So let's try it. Cheers. I felt this way for a long time. I just haven't really expressed it publicly. But the Planter's Punch is the greatest cocktail of all time. It's the best cocktail ever. It combines amazing, delicious things like rum, lime juice, a little bit of sugar, Angostura, and nutmeg, all things that I love. And what I love about the cocktail is that you can totally transform this into whatever you want by just swapping out the rum. Many Planter's Punch recipes will call for grenadine or pineapple juice or allspice shrimp, but I love just keeping it simple here. You're really highlighting the flavor of your rum and the Angostura. It's just delicious. It's excellent. If you're having a guest over or you just want to pre-batch some cocktails for yourself, this might be the perfect thing to do. This is one of those cocktails too that if you make it a little stronger, that's fine. It's actually maybe for its benefit because you're going to get more of the dilution, more of the weak over time in the glass. So you can kind of take your time sipping on it. I like taking my time with the Planter's Punch, letting the ice melt and helping dilute it and open it up. And whether it's really strong or it's the very last drop there, I find them always to be delicious. All right, one more batch cocktail for you today, and it's something that I'm calling the Cocchinut Ape. And spoiler alert, this one is also delicious. I'll start with 7 ounces of Cocky Americano, 3.5 ounces of a banana liqueur, 5 3/4 ounces of an 87 proof light white rum, but you could use any light white rum here, no matter the proof, and 5 3/4 ounces of a cachaça or another cane juice based rum. Then we'll add in 3 ounces of water. And the final thing we're going to do is add some coconut oil, 3.5 ounces. We're fat washing our entire cocktail, and this will impart a delicious coconut flavor. We'll stir this in, and if you need to melt your coconut oil beforehand, you can do that in the microwave or run the jar under hot water, so it's pourable. The next part is important. We are going to leave this alone for several hours, like 4 hours. You can stir this every now and then, but we want to make sure that this infuses. After that, we'll stash this in the freezer or the fridge. That coconut oil will then separate and harden, which we can now remove. And the final thing I'll do here is filter this through a fine mesh strainer with a paper towel to catch any bits of the hardened coconut oil. I'll serve this on one large rock and express a lime peel over the top. So there you go, the Cocchinut Ape. In this instance, I really like using that lime peel and then discarding it, not using it as a garnish, so we get some of that lime oil flavor, but it's kind of hidden in there. So there's no juice in here, so there's no garnish to kind of tell you what it is. And overall, I like not having a garnish here because there's layers to this drink that you might not figure out when you first try it, or a guest that doesn't know what's in it, and you can figure that out over time. So let's try it. Cheers. Very first thing you taste is sugarcane from the cachaça, and then the coconut from our coconut oil. It is refreshing and light, yet it's not a cocktail that feels like it needs to be served in the summertime. It's like a year-round tropical treat. And then the banana liqueur, it's kind of like very much in the background, which was intentional here. We didn't want to increase the sweetness too much, but I also wanted the banana to just complement the coconut and the rums. The light white rum here is really just providing a base so it doesn't get too sugarcane juice forward, whether you're using an agricole or a cachaça or something like a barbancourt. But overall, a delicious, fun cocktail that you can have any time of year. So there you go, 3 batch cocktails using the Crew bottles and all the Crew ware. And I'm excited about the fact that I made this video because I'm always asked to make drinks and sometimes I don't want to make a drink. So having these 2 bottles live in my refrigerator for at least the next couple of weeks, someone wants a cocktail, easy. Grab some ice, pour a little bit in, and you're done. A huge thank you to Crew for sponsoring this video. And don't forget, you can save 20% off your first order of $50 or more if you follow the link that's in this description. And then you can set up your own referral program to where you can help your friends save money and you will make money too. That's pretty cool. Most people are not doing that. So I love that. They make excellent barware that not only functions great, but just looks amazing. So thanks so much to Crew for sponsoring this episode. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like below, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want to support my channel more, I have a Patreon page that you can check out. Otherwise, see you in the next one.